Hello, I am Minecraft Video Make 100. I'm here again on Star Trek Online today. I'm not actually going over Q's Winter Wonderland. I am going to be going over the new, or it's not new, but well, it kind of is new. I'm going over the Fleet Tactical Escort retrofit and my build for it and how it performs. So I have the Fleet variant. Now you can also, there's 3 different variants you can get. You can get the Tactical Escort Retrofit. You can get the Tactical Escort Refit. And then you can get the Fleet variant. You can upgrade the Tactical Escort, this one, and this one to Tier 5 view. Now, it is a great ship. It's fast, powerful, maneuvers really well, and it can survive really well. It has a great bridge officer setup too. I'm not now, before I go into my build, I don't have the best things you can possibly get. I'm still in the process of upgrading. And for right now, this right here is what my ship looks like. Doesn't normally, okay. Before we cover the build, let's look at the looks of it. It's very small. So, I have the blue color scheme, but this is what the Defiant looks like. And you obviously can mix and match these. Then you have the Galleon, which I like and dislike. It's a bit more blocky, and it has these, like, cannons up here. But I think I've tried this, but I don't think the cannons where you fire actually come from there, which is sad. I think they come from right here. Then you have the Vigilant, which I believe, I'm not sure, but this is another variant of the Defiant. It's more, I don't know, arrowhead shaped, I would say. Then you have the San Paulo, which I think overall is probably like the most compact, but looks really cool. And I love this, and I love these angled things. But you can also, I'm not sure about this, but you can also have the Galleon refit, which I'm not sure. You have to actually go into here and do this. But it looks different, and personally, it looks pretty cool. It's more pointy. Then you also have the Vigilant refit, which is not all that different. But this is different right here. This is more of a rectangle with this, like the regular Defiance hull. And then you also have, you can put bridges on it and all that. I'm not sure what the bridge this is the bridge that is for the Defiant, but you have to buy it. And personally, I don't have 2,000 cents to get it. So then that's it all looks nice and cool. But I mean, that's not really the biggest part of the ship. Now, yeah, I'm one of those people that if this ship looks hideous and I don't like it, I probably wouldn't fly it all that often. But, I mean, I like this ship and I love the looks of it. So, I have the Fleet variant, and I need to change the name for my ship. This is the stock name for the ship. I haven't decided on a name. Maybe you can give me suggestions in the comments for ship name. I have, for weapons, I have, forward advanced fleet phaser dual heavy cannons, accuracy damage times 3, and advanced, basically the same thing, but damage times 3, crit D. I also have the quad cannons from the San Paulo, which are great. They're not, I think they have more DPS than this. And they're not levelless. They just go to Mark XXI or Mark 12. And then I have the Omega Plasma Torpedo, crit H, damage times 2. That's what you cannot change the modifiers on this. And that combined with this, it creates a 3-set bonus. Sorry, this console is probably one of the best consoles in the game. It gives you a critical chance. Criticals vary. It also increases your weapon power setting. But this is what makes it great. But also that and the crit chance. Weapon power, I don't know. I already have 125 weapon power, so it doesn't affect me all that much. And I don't think you can go over 125. But this increases your hull repair. So basically when you say use engineering team, it heals you more than what you would normally have. And if you have the torpedo, or if you have 2 of the set, you get Omega Weapon and Flyer, which I haven't seen it proc all that much, so I don't know. And then I have reactive deflection. I am using the Borg deflector. I'm using the Borg subwart transmissions. I haven't upgraded these to Mark XXI or switch to a different one yet. I think I'm going to end up using the Delta command set, which is the counter command shield ray. That's the stats you can pause the video. And then the deflector ray, it's more damage orientated, I would say. It's kind of better for battle cruisers and hyper impulse engines. And then there is also a warp core, which I might use. And I'm also going to get the entire photon torpedo launchers, disrupt turret. I already have the hydrodynamics compensator. So, I mean, other than that, I have the kinetic cutting in the back, which is obviously where you want it. Because you want your forward weapons to have the punch, and the kinetic cutting doesn't have the punch of the cannon, obviously. And then you have turrets, because I haven't upgraded these a fleet, so I'm just using these. But for console-wise, for shields, I have the Elite Fleet Adaptive Regenerative Shield Array Mark 12, Cap times 2, Resistance B, Adapt. Adapt is, say, an enemy shoots your ship. It hits your shields, and then it gives 1 modifier. For each modifier, when your shields are hit, adaptive shielding gives 1 charge, increasing your shield's resistance rating for incoming by 2. So each time you get shot, I think it goes up to 10 or 11, I'm pretty sure. I've got it up to mostly like around 11 before I destroy a ship. Or at least in elite STFs. It really does make your ship tougher. And it can adapt to 2 types of incoming weapon damage at once. So if you're fighting, I don't know, the Voth and the Undying at the same time, for example, or the Borg and the Undying at the same time, if you're doing Borg disconnected. Because I have this Tier 5U and I have the Fleet version, I have 5 tactical consoles. That's amazing. 3 engineering and 3 science. Now, personally, I would use the 3 science for these. Now, these are great consoles. They increase your shield capacity so your shields can take more damage. And if you were going to, I'll show you a console that I'm using on my Brain Shell Gret when I get it, and once I get all 3 of them. I'm also using Fleet consoles. I did not want to pay the Fleet credits for Mark 12. I eventually will have maybe 2, maybe an RCS and an Neutronium. And that increases, you can choose between structural integrity, EPS, and turn rate. So this is a enhanced RCS accelerator. It's not the best turn rate. For the best turn rate, you get the conductive, RCS accelerators. And you get those from your RD. I do not have those unlocked left yet. You have to get the engineering 15, I believe. So, yeah, those, and if you and you upgrade those to epic quality, which is expensive, you have the opportunity to get plus turn on those. And that increases your flight turn rate to 100%. That is the best console if you want to turn fast. Now you can also get a console that, or a modifier on that also increases resistance, or to a specific energy type, or all resistance types. I would probably choose plasma if I was going to get a resistance, but those are extremely expensive on the exchange because it's so because those are basically the best console or RCS consoles. Then you have enhanced neutronium, and the fleet ones I think are the best because I don't know of any other neutroniums that are better than this, because you can get plus turn, plus whole HP, or something like that. For cruiser, I probably would go for plus whole HP, maybe. But I do like to have a fast turning ship, so I might go for turn rate. But this gives a nice bonus. And I also have 2 of these RCS consoles. Then I have one Mark 13, I have one Mark 12. I got this from one of the Delta Rising missions. Then I have the Tactical Vulnerability Exploiter, which increases critical severity. Then, critical severity is the amount of damage when your critical hit takes place. It does more damage if you have higher critical severity. Vulnerability Locator. That increases your opportunity or chance. It's the more often you crit. Which, in this ship, I have a pretty high crit chance. I can't show you because I'm not in space. But I do have a really high crit chance, and it works very well. And this console here increases it too. Now, I haven't got a full thing of these, but I would say, if you're ever gonna do a ship consoles or layout like this, get at least maybe one exploiter. These are, and the rest, crit chance. Because crit chance, you need a little crit chance. And then on your weapons, you get crit D, which increases your damage for that weapon. And if you have crit D times 3, it really does help. And that's why anti-protons are so powerful. Now, as you can see, I only have these on these next 2, because I have not fully upgraded my weapons yet. Oh, yeah, Mastery. I have 5% accuracy. This is the basic escort mastery package. You have tactical maneuvers, increased defense, which is when they shoot at you, the higher likelihood they'll miss. Enhanced weapon systems, basically more damage for my torpedoes and cannons and turrets and all those. Then it has devastating weaponry, which is plus 2.5 critical chance, and that really does help. That amount of critical chance is amazing, because you can see by these consoles you only get 1.6, and this is basically having almost 2.5 of one of these consoles, which is nice. Now I'm gonna beam up to space so I can show you all my stats for my ship and all that. And I really do have high amounts of stats. I mean, for an escort, I have really great hull and shields. Especially since I'm using a regenerator shield. And some other people might have higher. But I think this is the best I got at this moment. And I have to wait for it to load, because it's being loady and slow. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you can also equip the cloaking device from the Defiant. And if you do that, you can cloak with the ship. It's not a battle cloak, which means you can't cloak while you're in red alert. Now let's get away from all these people. Actually, let's go over here. And we'll have to wait 13 seconds till I can cloak and show you it. But it's not about a cloak, which is, I don't know. I really do not like that, but I like having a cloak. It's great for, like, you cloak, you go up next to them or behind them and you decloak. So this is what it looks like. So I also have the option, which I'm going to probably use one of these on my brain shell, right, is this. It increases your decreased threat generation, which means the less likelihood of a person, or, no, not a person, but a ship to shoot at you. So, stat-wise, this is a great ship for stats. You have, it has only 50 crew members, though, which is sad. My power transfer rate is 275. Defense, I have bonus defense 25%, which is, I think, a lot. I'm not sure. Hull, I have 62,703, which is a lot for an escort. I think most other escorts that I've flown only have around 40,000, but that probably has something to do with it being a fleet tier 5U. I'm not sure how, say, a tier 6 ship would do or not. Or maybe even, say, another escort upgrade at tier 5U. I'm not sure. Shield regeneration rate 225 every 6 seconds, which isn't that bad. And that's because I'm using the regenerative shields. Now if I switch to adapted Mako, it goes to 149. Shield capacity, which means more damage you can take. You can take 10,000 damage. It's a nice amount, and with that amount of regeneration, it holds pretty well. Plus, with the adaptive part of it, it really does hold well. And then you have my crit resistance is about 26 everything, and then 18 kinetic resistance. And then my attack, whatever this stuff, I guess attack. It is bonus accuracy. I get 30% extra bonus accuracy, which the more bonus accuracy you have, the more crit hits you land. Basically how it goes. And then my critical chance is at 13.1%. I mean, you can get it up to like 16, especially if you have all 5 consoles. And then my critical severity is 83%. You can also get some other reputation consoles or other consoles. Or, for example, the tachykinetic converter from the Lowbuy store also increases your critical severity and chance. So now, this is what I like about this ship. I'll just take off. Let me put this smaller. I don't really usually need it that big. I'll take off these. So, when I'm flying without any RCS consoles, I have a 39-degree turn rate, which is this. It is not bad. And then if I put on 1, it goes up to 46, which is fast. But I usually fly with 2 because I can't think of anything else to hear. I probably might put an EPS there. That's max I would put there. But with all 2, I have a 52 turn rate. That's with the Borg impulse, sub-transwarp impulse engines. I get a 1,532 DPS with the quad cannons, 1,463 DPS with the phaser dual heavy cannons, and 3,701 DPS with the plasma torpedo. Now, yes, I know that is a lot, and it really does help. Another torpedo you can put on here is the Romulan Hyperplasma Torpedo, which is a great torpedo. I love it. Now, sadly, it doesn't show a DPS, but it does do a lot of damage, and it really does add to your DPS. I'm not sure if it's better or less. It really just depends on with you. These are not targetable. The Romulan Hyperplasma Torpedo is targetable. So that just gives you a big option right there. Now I'm going to go into I think I'm going to go into a STF. I think I'm going to go into a infected. I am going to do a regular. Because the advanced lately is failing a lot, so I'm not going to do it. People fail, and it's just a team. It doesn't work together that well. If you have a great fleet team, you can easily do it. Sometimes you can do it with random people, but you really have to work together. The next video I'll be putting out probably will be going over my fleet battle cruiser, which is an extremely powerful ship. So I'm going to turn my sound on so you can hear this. As you can see, my shields are holding, and my hull is still at 100%, even though I'm being hit by plasma damage torpedoes. And you can see this is the adapted shielding. It increases plasma resistance, and you can see it says 2 right there. And you can see it puts little rings around my ship, which looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, after this I'll show you my bridge officer setup. I forgot to show you that, sorry. As you can see, I'm being shot at by that sphere, and it's not really hurting me. Now, this is normal mode. In advanced is going to be a lot harder, but my shields do hold about almost the same in advance until I get shot at by, like, 2 or 3 ships. So, this ship is extremely strong, especially with these shields. And these shields really are exceptional. I'm not sure what this big bubble around me is. I also recently, today actually, just got this new ability. So it's from the Undying, a species counter command reputation. It puts like a big shield bubble. I'm not sure what the cooldown on it is though, so I'm not going to try it right this second. I know what it does from the test server. Okay, yeah, one tip, when you're doing infected, stay away from the gate. That's what hit me and brought me down like that. It does, like, massive amount of damage with torpedoes and, for that matter, boomerangs. Plus it drains your shields. As you can see, my shields are almost all the way back to full now. And you can see when you, oh yeah, you know in like those big board ships that fire those like big plasma like ring thingies that like instantly take out your ship? Well, I can shoot those with this thing. They're not as powerful as that, but it actually does have quite the same effect. It can really do a lot of damage. Now, it can't do the same amount of damage to instantly one-shot almost any ship, but it can do a lot of damage. In fact, and actually in normal mode, I only have 45,000 hull. So it's because I'm tier 5U and I am level 60 in my ship. So after we blow this thing up, I'll probably pop this out and make sure it heals, increases my shield regeneration and other people's in my team. Pop it over here so we can use it while we're attacking the gate. Oh, I do have attack pattern delta, but I'll go over that stuff later. I think I'm the only one actually attacking the gate. And it seems that I'm being fired at by a bunch of ships. And I'm taking a bit of damage here. So, while I'm sitting here and firing, I have the Commander Tactical Station, Lieutenant Commander, and it does not come with a Universal, but I have Attack Pattern, or Tactical Team 1, Torpedo High Yield, and Tactical Team 1. Having two tactical teams really is helpful. Attack Pattern data basically does more damage and it lowers their amount of damage that thingy. I have Torpedo Spread 3, Cannon Scatter Volley 2, and Pattern Delta. And then I have Engineering Team 1, Emergency Collar Shields 2, Transfer Shields Strength 1, and Shield Emitters 2. So that's how this ship does in combat, my build, and what my stats are. Now you see that I handled this very well, and it barely took any damage. If I had a great team I could do it with, I would easily show you a advanced. Now, thank you, and like and subscribe, and put a comment if you can on a ship name that I could name my ship. It's a very powerful ship, and that's one of the big things. It's a fast, maneuverable, it's pretty survivable, and it packs a big punch. Tomorrow or the next day, I'll probably be putting out a Fleet Avenger battle cruiser, which is this ship, the USS Intrepid. So that, look forward to that, and like and subscribe. Thank you.